Hi everyone. So let's move on to our next session of fundamentals of forensic science, that is need of forensic science. So why we need forensic science? Is what are the factors responsible for the need of forensic science that we are going to discuss today? And there is an urgent and widespread need for an application of forensic science in the criminal justice delivery system because the present day scenario of crime investigation and prosecution of criminals in India is or like it's in a sad side. So if talking about late 90s, like it's 1998, 1997 and all, the percentage of trials in heinous crimes ultimately ends in an acquittal, and the official figures tells that about 90 about 90 percentage of the like 90-93 percentage of the cases end up in acquittals, and if you take the unofficial figures it can go above 96 percentage. So here the prosecution is spending like lakhs of rupees on each trial, and the money is wasted. But everything, what the final result is that acquittal of the culprit. So here comes the need of forensic application and application of science in the legal procedure, and there are so many factors responsible for the same, that is the need of forensic science. So let's check what are the factors. So factors responsible for need of forensic science. First one is social change, then anonymity, technical knowledge, wide field, better evidence, and other alternatives. So what is social change? Social change tells that the society is undergoing drastic social change at a very rapid pace. India, before India was a colonial subject, and now it changed to democratic republic. Likewise, the transportation facility has been revolutionized, and the rural society changed into urban society. Then, in this scenario, like made the old techniques of criminal investigation obsolete, and we need a new technique for cope up with all those things. And before that, before like in British era or after that also, the police uses third degree methods for investigating a crime, and even if they get a person in hand, even the person don't know like about the crime also, using this third degree method, he the police officers made them to confess to any crime. So now to the new generation, it is not applicable, and this fear is now going vanishing. And here comes the importance of the forensic science, and for that to fill the vacuum of the third degree methods for investigating the case, to fill that vacuum, forensic science emerged. So this is about social change. Society is undergoing drastic social change at a very rapid pace, so that the old technique of criminal investigation is obsolete. So that we need a new technique, that is forensic science. Next one is anonymity. Anonymity tells that acute means of transport and high density of population in cities have facilitated the escape of the criminal from punishment after the commission of crime. So maybe he will be having his own uh, vehicle, so or any other means of transportation. So after committing the crime, he can immediately escape from the scene of crime. Then the criminal can hide himself in a corner of a city or move away to miles in a few hours after committing the crime at a particular place. And now the individuals are becoming self-centered, here, like in especially in cities, they does not even know who is in the next door, who is staying in the next flat. Like if a neighbor is killed, the murder come into light like after sometimes when the body putrefy or the foul smell comes. So in that time the culprit can easily escape from the place, easily leave the scene, and the evidence is also like destroyed, and he can easily escape. So here comes the importance of forensic science, because in the crime scene many physical evidences will be there. So the investigating officer can collect the physical evidences, and they can estimate the time of death, or from the putrefied body, even from the putrefied body, they can even estimate the death, and from the physical evidences they can connect with the culprit. So here comes the importance of forensic science. That is the another need, anonymity. Next one is technical knowledge. So the technical knowledge of an average man has increased tremendously in recent years, and the criminal is also now using science. He is also using technique for doing the crimes. So the crime techniques are getting refined now, and the investigating officer also therefore needs some methods to combat with the scientific modern scientific criminal techniques. So, for example, we can say one example: the night vision applications were being used by the terrorists nowadays. Like even in night, they can see things. So the security forces could meet the challenges only when they also employed night vision devices to fight with them. So even in night they can do the activities. So for that the investigating officer also should keep something to fight against this, some new techniques to fight against this. So here comes the importance of technical knowledge. And next one is wide field. So wide field means if the field of activities of the criminal is widening at a terrific rate, like this smuggling, drug trafficking, financial frauds, and forgeries offer a fertile and expanding fields. Formerly, the criminals were usually local, and now we find national and international criminals. Then international terrorism in recent times has acquired global proportions, and we can say that cybercrime is emerging, and computer forensics is emerging. So it go on beyond that. So we have to fight. The investigating officers and the law enforcement has to fight against this. So they have to find new techniques for the investigation purposes. Like for that, they need forensic science. Next one is better evidence. Better evidence means that the physical evidence evaluated by an expert is objective. So we can't change the physical evidence. We can't other method of evidences like witness testimony and all those things are not that much reliable. But the physical evidence we can rely upon. For example, if a fingerprint found at a crime scene, it belongs to only one person. Thus, can link with the scene of the crime and the suspect or the culprit. These evidences are always verifiable and free from human failings. Another example, we can say that if a bullet is recovered from a dead body, it can be linked to the other only one firearm. If the firearm happens to be that of the accused, he must account for its involvement in crime. So these are the importance of physical evidences. So for examination of physical evidence, what we need the help of science. So here comes the importance of forensic science. Then other alternatives include eyewitness and confessions, approvers, stock witnesses. So eyewitness is the king's pin in criminal justice system. Say that eyewitness have been a king's pin in criminal justice system. He is the person who sees something happen and can give a first-hand description of it. So the drawback of the eyewitness is that observation power, memory, or descriptive skill, or emotional inputs can affect the eyewitness and the evidence tremendously. Maybe from like it's not that much reliable, because if some external pressure is there to the eyewitness, he can change his words. So it is not that much reliable. Then mm, confessions is a formal statement admitting that one is guilty of a crime. So like he is only telling that I am the person uh, who committed the crime. He is confessing that one. But the drawback is that the true confessions are rare. Nobody will tell like that. Only some few people will confess that I committed the crime, but it's rare in case. And they are often, maybe if they are confessing also, they are often obtained through third degree methods which are illegal, unethical, and inhuman. So this is also not that much reliable. Then next one is approvers. Approvers means approver is an like approved class of witness. He confesses or accepts his role in the commission of the crime for personal pardon. Like if someone person is involved in one crime and after that he feel that, oh, I did something wrong, I want to confess. So he will go and tell that like I had some role in this commission of crime, or this person compelled me to do this thing, and he did that crime, and I saw what he had done, like that. So he thus saves his sin, implicate his friends and relatives. What he will do? He will become an approver. Then its drawback is that he is an unethical witness, and though he is legally correct witness, he often retracts his statement, especially if he finds going good in other side. Maybe if the person after that the culprits will tell that we will give this much amount of money or something like that, he will go back to the uh, what into the other side also. So it is also not reliable. Then next is stock witness. Stock witness is a person who is at the back and call of the police, obliges police with his tailored testimony. So for example, we can say that in raid cases, uh, in some rare cases in hotels and all, some people what they will do is that they will call the police from behind, and they will tell that here raid is going, like here some immoral trafficking is going on, so come here fast for raiding, like that they will tell. So maybe because of some grudge and all, he will tell like that. So its drawback is that it's very not only shameful, but it's highly illegal and degradation to human values. So this traditional evidence is becoming inefficient, and it has to give way to better evidences, the scientific evidences. So scientific evidences are very much reliable, and it's easily available in the from the crime scene, and this scientific evidence or the physical evidence can link the culprit with the crime, the victim, and the scene of the crime. So it is free from human failings or bias, emotions, rationalism. Likewise, we can't alter the words, like if the eyewitness is altering, changing his words, physical evidence can't do that. So it is verifiable, and it's very much uh, efficient. So, in a nutshell, we can say that forensic science has become indispensable in the administration of justice because of the failure of these older techniques. So, because of these factors, we need forensic science to prove a case or for the investigation purposes and for getting new techniques to cope with the new techniques of criminals. So, these are the needs of forensic science. And if you have any doubts regarding this, ask me, we will discuss that. Thank you.